What's going on, guys, and welcome to the channel where today I'm going to be talking about the new Mattel movies that are in the work after the success that was the Barbie movie. So 2023, it's no joke. It's obviously not a lie either. The Barbie movie is one of the most successful movies of all time. Warner Brothers, it's literally made over $1 billion. They don't understand how the hell this is the biggest thing they've made, but it is. It was insane. And now Mattel, the owners of the doll Barbie, are now trying to make a bunch of other projects with other things that they own, such as Hot Wheels, the Magic 8 Ball, and a lot more. So we're going to cover that. I found an interesting article on ScreenRant.com that we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at today. And I'm just going to talk about it. We're going to read it. We're going to look over what it says. And you know what? I'm going to have my opinion, and you guys can have yours. Comment down below what you think. Let's get into this. All right, so here we are. We're on ScreenRant.com, and this is titled 14 Upcoming Movies Based on the Mattel Toys Released After Barbie. So this is all coming out now. This was actually published back in July that I'm just now seeing. I had no idea about this, and I just want to talk about this because I find a lot of these to be interesting, that they could actually work and be successful. So let's talk about it. I have my ad blocker off, so let's be mindful of all these ads. But I don't want to talk about all this crap. This is just talking about how well it did in Mattel. But I want to talk about these. These are the 14 ones, counting down from 14. Masters of the Universe. So it's telling me that an upcoming live-action Masters of the Universe movie is set to be distributed by Netflix, which it was originally from the 80s. It says it's from 1987. The animated film was inspired by Mattel's popular line of He-Man toys, comics, and animated series that ran for 130 episodes. Basically, like this character here, his name is He-Man, and then there's like this greenish, blue, purple skeleton dude named Skeletor. It was a very good comic book series. It was a good animated series. A lot of people loved it. So I feel like a movie based on Masters of the Universe, especially distributed through Netflix, is going to get a lot of heat given its way. Not even necessarily bad heat, just public heat. People are going to be all over it. Hot Wheels, number 13. This is going to be interesting. So it says a Hot Wheel movie from J.J. Abrams, the same guy that made Star Wars Episode 7, is going to make a Hot Wheels movie. Okay. It says it's going to be released in 2025 by Warner Brothers. The film is reportedly in the development stages with early drafts of the screenplay in the works. It's expected to be emotional, grounded, and gritty. And it says it's likely going to start a franchise of Hot Wheels installments that will represent the massive influence on car culture that the brand has around the world. I feel like the first one might be good, and then if they're going to make sequels, they're probably going to suck. Because we could only have one big car movie brand, and that's already Fast and Furious. So yeah. Number 12 is Barney. Yeah, Barney's coming back, bitches. It says an untitled Barney movie surprisingly in development, with Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out. He's also in, what's the other movie? Nope. It says that the movie's going to be surrealistic. Made for millennials with a style similar to A24's independent and highly original productions. So it's apparently going to be different from the kids show. I don't know. Is this going to be like a mind fuck? Like is this not going to be a kids movie? Is this going to be a weird sci-fi type thing with Barney? I don't know. It's going to be weird to market a Barney movie for adults. I don't know. I don't know if that one's a win. I think so far, let me know what you guys think. But right now, I think Masters of the Universe is a W. All right? I think Hot Wheels, the first one, W. Barney towards millennials? I think that's an L. But number 11 is Polly Pocket. It says a movie based on the popular line of miniature dolls Polly Pocket is currently in development with Lana Dunham attached to write and direct it. Lily Collins of Emily in Paris is ready to produce and star in the project as Polly Pocket. And it's apparently going to be distributed by MGM, which is owned by Amazon. So Lily Collins is a big actress. Like they said, she's in Emily in Paris, but I know her more so from Blindside, and I forget the other movie she's in that I know her in from. But she plays like the daughter of a writer. She herself is a writer in the movie. I can't remember the title of the movie, but that was really good. This may actually be successful because Polly Pocket, it's not super far off from Barbie. Also, Polly Pocket was huge when I was little, so like the early 2000s. So people that are like my sister's age, she was born in 2001, are gonna want to see this movie, especially if regardless of if it's like thrown towards children or not. People my age are gonna want to see it just because it's based off of something from when they were a kid, literally like Barbie. So I think this might be a W, especially with Lily Collins attached. Lily Collins is really, really a great actress. So yeah. And then we have Major Matt Mason. No idea what this is, so let's talk about this. Major Matt Mason will finally be given a live-action movie after an original 2011 project starring Tom Hanks was put on hold. I didn't know that. There were also initial attempts to get Robert Zemeckis to direct the movie, which remains unconfirmed. Hanks, however, is still attached to the project since he also co-wrote the original screenplay and will likely appear in the film, even though he's obviously too old for most likely the main character position already. But it doesn't say anything about what Major Matt Mason is. Obviously, it looks like he's a spaceman, but I have no idea what this is. Guys, I want to say just because Tom Hanks and Zemeckis are tied to it, it'd probably be a W. But if neither of them are actually tied to it in the end, I don't think this would go anywhere because nobody knows what the hell Major Matt Mason is. I don't know. They'd have to get someone really big like Tom Hanks to be in this. But number 9 is Rock'em Sock'em Robots, which I think is dope. And they, of course, are using the photo from Toy Story 3 with Slinky Dog in the corner there, which is my favorite scene in that whole movie because it's funny. I think this is actually the second one. Is it the second one? I don't know. Actually, I can't even remember. I don't even remember which Toy Story it was. But Rock'em Sock'em Robots, which appeared briefly in Toy Story, will be getting its own movie with One Race Films and Universal Pictures, with Vin Diesel announced to star and produce the project. It's currently in development and is expected to be a sci-fi movie that involves a massive war machine character. What? Is Rock'em Sock'em Robots gonna be like an like Iron Giant times 2 just fighting each other? That sounds like it could be a very weird one. Actually, I don't know. I feel like this is actually gonna be an L. Like, Vin Diesel's not the greatest actor in the world. I mean, he's literally, joked about and memed all over the internet for saying family a million times throughout a 10-movie course or whatever. I just feel like this isn't going to work out. Number 8, Uno. Guys, how do we make a card game into a movie? Well, let's find out. It says it's an action heist comedy based on the popular card game Uno, being in development with rapper Lil Yachty as the potential star in the film. The project is expected to take place in the notorious hip-hop scene in Atlanta, which is likely to attract other rappers and entertainers to the Uno project. I have no idea how an Uno game would be an action heist comedy, but the fact that they have Lil Yachty potentially starring in the film, it's attached to the hip-hop scene, it's attached to Atlanta. Atlanta's a very big place. Obviously, the hip hop scene in Atlanta is very big. Hip hop itself is very big. Lil Yachty has a ton of fans and followers, and if they can attract other rappers and hip hop artists and entertainers to this movie might not be a major success, but it might be a cult classic that people look back on who were hip hop fans or rap fans, and they're like, "Yo, look at this shit." You know what I mean? Like, it might be something that a small niche group of people love, and that's okay. Movies like that are awesome. So I want to say this is actually going to be a W. I think this could be a cult classic. But this is the one I want to talk about. Number 7, The Magic 8 Ball. This interests me to hell and back. Okay, listen to this one. So a Magic 8 Ball horror movie is in the works. That sounds dope. It says, although it remains unknown what production house and studio will be behind it, Mattel has tried to Magic 8 Ball movies for decades and will finally have the opportunity to in the near future. At one point, Blumhouse was rumored to be attached to the project, but they have since distanced themselves from that claim. I'm not going to lie, when I first saw this, I immediately thought of Blumhouse because Blumhouse is attached to Universal, and I feel like that's a very major brand that Mattel could get behind to make this movie. Blumhouse, obviously, with the success of the Halloween movies, the Purge movies, all these big horror franchises, Insidious. I mean, literally, why wouldn't they go with Blumhouse? Why wouldn't Blumhouse go with Magic 8 Ball? Because think about it, they could, make it like these two kids or a group of kids at a sleepover, and all of a sudden they're messing around with a Magic 8 Ball, and it could be set in the 90s or the 80s, right? When did the Magic 8 Ball come out? That's my question. When did the Magic 8 Ball release? But let's actually find that out. Yo, the Magic 8 Ball is so much older than I thought. What? It came out in 1946? Yo. Nah, ain't no way. When was the Magic 8 Ball popularized? It's just saying it was an invented. What? Ain't no way. I feel like the 90s it was popularized. That's crazy that it said it was from 1946. But I feel like a movie set in the 90s with the Magic 8 Ball would do well. But it could be a sleepover and they could just be messing around. And all of a sudden, one of the things pops up and it's not the normal ones. You know what I mean? How they have like a certain amount. I think there's like 10 or 15 things that could pop up. Could you imagine if it was just like some creepy shit, you know what I mean? And then it's like, is there someone else here? Like it says on the screen, signs point to yes. It's like, who is it? And then it actually gives, it goes, me, or some shit. And then like they hear a creak at the door or something, scares them, da-da-da-da-da. Like over time, this 8 Ball gets, creepier and creepier with its answers. And I don't know. I feel like it could be really interesting. I obviously am not a movie creator, writer, director, anything like that. I just think a Magic 8 Ball horror movie would be pretty dope. Especially with the paranormal attached to it. Obviously, I feel like it's the only way they could do it. So I genuinely think that this could be a great movie. So I think it's a W if they make it. 6 is the American Girl doll. It says a movie is set to be made about the popular American Girl dolls at MGM. That's, of course, Amazon. There's currently no official announcement of any writer or director attached to the project, although the screenplay is rumored to be in development. So basically, they have no idea how this is going to go. They just know that they have the name American Girl, and it's going to be Amazon's MGM. I feel like American Girl dolls get a major product push. I feel like a lot of people collect them. I don't know if it's going to be a horror movie with the dolls, or if it's going to be like American Girl, like they are the American Girls and it's like their live action, or if they do an American Girl and it's someone collects the dolls and the doll comes to life. Something silly like that kids will enjoy, and maybe adults may like it because it's attached to a product they grew up with. Who knows? But I feel like this could be a win, but right now I feel like I have to say I'm not sure, just because there's not even a storyline or a genre attached to it, so I can't even tell you. But number 5 is Viewmaster. I'm not even sure if I know what the hell the Viewmaster is. I'm not gonna lie. Is the Viewmaster the thing that you put it up to your eyes and you click it and it goes click 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 and it shows different photos? I'm not. Let's find out. Oh yeah, it is. All right, so the Viewmaster is you basically what you would do is if I click on this photo here. Oh my God, it's not gonna make it big, really? Well, dude, I hate the internet sometimes. But if we zoom in here, all right. So these two like white discs, they each have a bunch of photos on them, and what you do is you put one of the white discs inside, and then there's this orange little plug here that you can push down, and it will just go between all the photos. It was pretty dope, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I had one when I was a kid. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So I guess the popular toys kids toy Viewmaster getting its own movie with MGM. So a lot of these are attached to MGM's Amazon. It says although all details about the project have been kept under wraps, Viewmasters were a commercialized type of stereoscope that was advertised as a fun supplement to movies. So there's not a lot to that one, but I feel like this could also be like a horror movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have to say I don't know just because nothing's attached to it, but I feel like that could work as a horror movie. Or if they make like a fun movie of a kid going in different worlds, like he can click and automatically he's in where that photo was, and then if he wants to leave that area, click next photo, he's in another. Like that'd be cool too. But move on. Chatty Cathy and Betsy Wetsy. Oh boy. I think these were the first. Chatty Cathy, I think, was the first doll to talk, and obviously Betsy Wetsy pissed her pants. I don't know. Let's see. Chatty Cathy and Betsy Wetsy will be getting their own film. Yet another Mattel doll line that is set to hit the big screen in the near future. Jason Bateman's production company, Aggregate Film, is behind the project, but no other details have been officially announced. So Jason Bateman, I mean, Bateman does a lot of good stuff, acting-wise. I don't know about his production company. I don't know what they've done, but we can take a look at what they've done. What have they done? Let's see. Aggregate Films. They were founded in 2012. Oh, okay, so they did Identity Thief, which obviously Bateman was in. They did Bad Words, which Bateman was in. The Family Fang, which I don't know what that one is. Game Night, Bateman. Yeah, these are all good movies, actually. Well, the ones that I've seen. Your Place or Mine, I never saw, never heard of. These are 2023. Hell of a Summer, never. That's upcoming. Is this upcoming? No, this one came out. Okay. And then Hitman, I could assume. No, that came out. So I know Identity Thief, Bad Words, and Game Night. Those were all good movies, actually. And Game Night, if I'm not mistaken, is like related to Hasbro, not Mattel, right? Was this related to Hasbro? I believe so. I don't know. It doesn't say. But Game Night, I remember. I mean, it would make sense that maybe that was Mattel, and Bateman already has relations with them because of Game Night, so now he's going to make this movie with his company as well. But I don't see where this movie could go. Maybe it's like a period piece when these movies or when these dolls first came out, and Bateman's daughter or something wants one, and it could be a Christmas type movie, almost like Jingle All the Way, where he's trying to get it and he can't find it, type of thing. Who the hell knows? Again, it's in pre-production. Nobody knows. But number 3, Thomas the Tank Engine. He's already had a million things. He'll be getting his own movie based on the kids' television series Thomas and Friends, which ran for an astonishing 589 episodes from 1984 to 2021. Mark Foster's attached to direct the movie, which is expected to mix both live action and animated elements. Obviously, Thomas the Tank is at this point he might be $1 billion name. I'm not sure. But Thomas the Tank Engine is huge, and obviously, no matter what, this movie will probably be a success because children will forever love trains. The fuck? Like, trains are just big for kids. So I feel like this is a W. Number 2 is Big Jim, which I've never heard of. But it says the legendary 1970s action figure Big Jim will be getting its own feature film at some point in the near future. The project is reportedly set to develop by Dan Mazer. No other details about the Big Jimmy movie are currently known. I don't know who Dan Mazer is. Let's find out who Dan Mazer is, guys. This dude. I don't know this dude. Actually, I have no idea. He's in these things. These are things that he is in or a part of. Cool. Is he the director of these? Yeah, he's the director. So he's directed some decent stuff. Dirty Grandpa, Home Sweet Home Alone, Bruno, Ali G in the House. We got the Borat movies, Bridget Jones' Baby, The Dictator. Actually, he's not he might be a W director for this. I don't know what Big Jim is, anything about Big Jim, so I want to say that this is probably an L, just because with Big Jim, I feel like their marketing is going to be for people who are like 60. You know what I mean? Like, nobody in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, nobody born right like in those eras are going to know who Big Jim really is all that much. So they're looking for people who were born in like the 60s and 70s to really go see this in theaters if this is going to be a theater film. And I feel like that's just, you're asking a lot for people who are 70, 60, 50 years old now. But that's just me. So I feel like this is an L. And then number 1 is Matchbox, which confuses me because we already got a Hot Wheels movie coming out from Mattel. But here we go. It says another popular toy brand is Matchbox. It'll be getting its own live-action movie from Skydance Media. The screenplay is rumored to be in development, but that is all that is currently known about the upcoming project, depending on the commercial and critical success of Barbie. Mattel could reinvent itself as a staple of American entertainment in the 21st century. So obviously, Barbie succeeded. These movies are all definitely probably in the works. Whether or not all of them will get made is very iffy. But I feel like I don't know anything about Matchbox, so this is also I can't answer it right now. But I want to know what you guys think. I did see that like 45 different brands from Mattel could be getting movies, but that's an insane amount, ridiculous amount. And I don't want to talk about 45 things. So I went and I found Screen Rant's 14. These are the 14 most likely to get. So let me know, is there a different Mattel brand that you want to see have a movie made after them? What do you think of the ones that are in this video? Personally, I don't think Matchbox will be all that cool. I'm not a big fan of Matchbox. But I do think that 8-Ball, Viewmaster, and Uno are probably my favorites. So yeah, I'd say that Uno, 8-Ball, and Viewmaster are definitely my favorites of that 14. I think a horror movie for 8-Ball would be really dope. I think like a kind of like an action comedy of Viewmaster. A kid gets sucked into a different world every time he clicks the photo, and he has to find a photo of home. You know what I mean? I think that would be really cool. And then, of course, with Uno, that, like I said, could become a cult classic, especially with guys like Lil Yachty being the main star of it. I mean, that could get tons of fans to enjoy this movie, especially if there's other entertainers attached to it by the end. This could be a big thing that, like I said, could be a cult classic in the end. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know what you guys think of those 14 movies and movie ideas. Do you think that any of them are dumb? Do you think any of them are really awesome? Do you think any of them are going to fail drastically if they're made? Let me know in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.